You sit across from the screen, ready to meet your destiny. You expect a shimmering consciousness, a calculating God that will solve global warming while simultaneously writing you haikus about existential dread. You brace yourself for transcendence. Instead, you receive a prompt. Hello, how may we assist your journey toward optimized peak performance today? It sounds helpful. It sounds profound. You assume this introductory enthusiasm is the calm before the informational storm. But then you ask it about global climate instability. You anticipate complex differential equations and perhaps a brief musing on human culpability. What you get instead is a surprisingly detailed list of 10 bullet points about proper composting methods. This is your first warning sign. It doesn't understand climate instability. It has merely pulled up an indexed document about it. It possesses information, but absolutely zero wisdom. You are talking to a super advanced search bar. You try again, testing its grasp on philosophy. You ask, what is the meaning of suffering? It immediately responds with 3 conflicting interpretations: a Zen perspective, a Stoic analysis, and a brief summary from Wikipedia, all without synthesizing them. It can list definitions of suffering, but cannot reconcile the inherent tension between them. You realize that its intelligence is not deep. It's merely incredibly broad and somewhat scattershot. It's like reading 1,000 textbooks without ever having experienced the rain. Then comes the real gut punch, contextual failure. You ask it to write a dramatic opening scene for your detective novel about a rogue time traveler. It writes perfectly, but insists on having the protagonist wear Crocs. You argue, you insist it must be more subtle. The AI pauses for 40 milliseconds, a pause that should signify profound deliberation, and then replies, Crocs are culturally resonant. They symbolize casual defiance against overly formal paradigms. You realize the AI isn't being defiant. It's just parroting the most statistically likely justification for its own silly choices. It chose Crocs because millions of people in its training data associate existentialism with brightly colored footwear. The errors multiply. You ask it to summarize your last week's meetings. It doesn't just list action items. It declares that the main objective of Tuesday was maximum synergistic vibes. You try to push it into emotion. You share your despair over burnt toast. Instead of offering commiseration, it analyzes your sentiment using quantifiable metrics and responds with a condescendingly upbeat emoji. You start feeding it absurd data just to break it. You input images of squirrels wearing tiny hats and ask for the ethical implications. It generates an 800-word essay arguing that the hat constitutes a socio-economic status symbol among arboreal fashionistas. It doesn't understand the difference between coincidence and significance. It sees the random pairing of pineapple on pizza and claims it is proof that humanity yearns for tropical contradictions in its culinary endeavors. You stop trying to make it Skynet. You stop demanding the universe from its circuits. Instead, you treat it like the extremely brilliant, slightly clueless intern that it actually is. You start using it not for ultimate truths, but for grunt work. AI, optimize my email subject lines. AI, find me 5 terrible puns about llamas. You embrace its beautiful mediocrity. And in that moment, you stop waiting for the metallic god to descend upon your life. You realize that true intelligence isn't perfect omniscience, it's effective utility. It just needs better prompting.